Ladies and gentlemen, Vivace is in the house. That's right. She's here on set of Live It Up, and we're going to be talking about personal self-confidence, and this lady exudes that. How are you? Welcome to our show.
I'm really excited to be here, Donna. Thank you so much for having me.
The buzz is going all over, from the green room all the way back here. So,
Oh my God, I feel the buzz.
You're causing it. What is personal self-confidence to you?
Self-confidence is it's the power to pursue, honor, and create what your spirit craves.
And how did you get into this field? Because you weren't always doing this motivational coaching
No,
stuff.
not
You
at
were in
all.
medicine.
Yes, I used to work in medicine, so I was a surgical PA in plastic surgery. I did that for 12 years. And what I loved about medicine was watching the transformation of the client. The patient would come in, they'd have their surgical procedure, they'd look amazing, and they wouldn't feel happier. So I left medicine because what was more important for me was the internal transformation of the patient. So now I work with clients. The whole idea is to get them to be happy and confident and really shine from the inside out and not need the outside as much as the inside.
And one of the things you talk about are bullets, like bullet holes, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that whole principle.
Okay, so usually people think you're just either born with self-confidence or you're not born with self-confidence or you're out of luck. Not true. So the number one reason people lack self-confidence is that they're disconnected from their spirit. So usually this happens, I call it, from having a spiritual gunshot wound.
Okay.
So a spiritual gunshot wound is anything that has happened to you that's really hurt you and has really wounded you in a way that you haven't been able to get over. It could have been a small thing, could have been a big thing. And so during your formative years, it could have been something that for me was growing up in a family, I get emotional, of domestic violence. So for me, that was really, really difficult. I'll share my personal story with you. So, my father was extremely abusive. And one of the things that he would do would be, he would pin my mom to the ground and put his knees on her chest and strangle her and scream to us that he was going to kill her. And so I grew up with so much fear and anxiety and worry. And I feel that so many people who've come from a background, whether it's been abusive or some other spiritual gunshot wound, they broke up with the love of their life, they lost money, Hurricane Katrina, something happened to them that forever changed them. And is it possible to get back in touch with your spirit and to regain your confidence? And my message is absolutely 100% so. And all you have to do is learn how to reconnect with your spirit and the gift of who you are. And I call it the luxury of being you. I believe that everybody has something so magical within them. I call it the luxury of being you. It's a little treasure box that's inside of you. And it's your job during this lifetime to find that box and to open it and to share it with yourself and to share it with others.
And fill it up, right?
Fill it up,
and
yes.
Fill it up with all
Yes.
kinds of goodness, right?
It's actually already filled up. So
Okay, it's
once
more
you
like
find it,
expressing
it's like a fountain. You just get to share it.
Well, I think I found my treasure box
Yay.
because I live every day to the fullest, and that's why I started this show, Live It Up. But when somebody comes to you, can it be like somebody that just needs to already have a great life, maybe even just tweak it up a little bit higher?
Absolutely. It depends on what you want.
Okay.
Out of life. And the number one thing I tell my clients is truly get in touch with what is your greatest desire. And also, let's look at your number one source of pain. So just going after what you want is not helpful if we're not addressing the spiritual gunshot wound. Because what happens, and this happened to me, is as I was academically excelling, the spiritual gunshot wound always followed me everywhere. So I was grateful, I was maybe successful, but I was definitely not fulfilled.
And now you are.
Now I'm extraordinarily grateful, yes.
And that's why you just float, which
Thank
is so
you.
wonderful.
Thank you.
And it's great that you're helping other people do
Yes.
this. We were talking about maybe doing a little mantra or something together that we could share with everybody
Yes,
at home.
yes,
Okay, so
yes.
what do we want to do?
So here's my rule about mantras. Usually
Okay.
people look at a book and they borrow a mantra from someone else. So do not ever borrow someone else's mantra, ever, 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 ever. I think it's so important to get in touch with who you are, and who you are is so unique and so special and such a privilege to be you. Why would you borrow someone's mantra? So number one, figure out what you really want and then put I desire in front of that. So I desire prosperity. I desire physical fitness. I desire joy, fulfillment, a loving relationship. I desire. If you can do I desire, the next step is do I deserve. I desire, I deserve. And put that in front of whatever you want and start to get comfortable with vibrating with what you truly, truly, truly want. And as you start to vibrate, it will actually come and find you.
That sounds fantastic.
Thank you.
So are you listening at home? So let's go through that steps one more time with them. They need to do what? It's I desire and I deserve.
Yes, and put that in front of whatever you really, really, really want till you get comfortable enough to believe it. And once you start to believe it, you'll start to exude it and it will find you.
Fantastic. All right, and how are we going to close out? We're going to like
You close out by taking a moment to really connect with your spirit. I think it's so important to do everything. Take a spiritual shower every day, wash off whatever you don't want to keep with you, and then also do something that will nurture your spirit and allow you to feel more connected to yourself, whether it's taking a walk, listening to your favorite music, hugging your cat, kissing your dog, doing something with your children, something that reminds you what life is really about. And it's about the joy in your heart and soul.
Fabulous. You are
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank you
and
for
thank you
having
for
me.
helping me inspire our guests. I was going to say our guest and our audience, because everybody here has just had such a wonderful time enjoying your spirit. So happy
thank
journeys
you so
to
much.
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for having me, and I love the show. Live It Up.
Oh, there you go. Stay tuned for more on Live It Up. We hope just by watching this that you're feeling better about you.